I think now we're good to go. Great. Very good evening, everyone. A warm welcome to this beautiful masterclass organized by Sparkz. A little bit about Sparkz. Sparkz is a community of like minded individuals. And when I say like minded individuals, we are the people who love to engage with people and who love to engage with people on different and variety of topics under the sun. And every once and now, we actually organize these masterclasses for our audiences to learn from our esteemed individual personality who comes to the fore and shares his or her experiences about the industry, about the field they are working in. And today we have this esteemed personality, Ruhi Banerjee, who I have a pleasure of introducing. But just before I call her, a bit about myself as well. My name is Bhavish Metwani, and I'm going to be the moderator or the host of this session. I am a talent acquisition specialist at Expedia Group. It's been a couple of years since I joined this organization. I am a newbie. I have just started my career. B- Beyond this corporate rush, I also engage in public speaking activities at Toastmasters Club. And we are proud to say that we are a community of eloquent Toastmasters Club as well. And Sparkz is just a spiritual club in association with eloquent Toastmasters Club. Without any further ado, we have our esteemed personality. We have our guest who will be leading this masterclass with us and who is going to answer all the good, bad, not so good, ugly, difficult, easy questions for us for our improvement. And those of you who are actually watching us live on social media platforms, just feel free to add your comments, feel free to add your questions there, and your engagement is of utmost importance to us. Ruhi Banerjee is our esteemed personality. She is the speaker of the day. A bit about her. Miss Ruhi Banerjee is a distinguished education strategist, career coach, mentor with over 25 years of experience in transforming lives through purposeful education and guided career journeys. A proud member of the Army fraternity, a big salute to you, Ruhi, for that, and the founder of The Woman. Her impact spans academic leadership, career empowerment, and social transformation. As a global voice in career counseling and head of partnership alliances at IBSEA, she actively contributes to Viksit Bharat 2047 by bridging the gap between academia and industry. Her visionary approach has empowered thousands and earned her national recognition, including the prestigious Best Career Coach and Mentor for 2025 award by Crazy Tales. That was the significant introduction for our significant personality. And now I will just request Miss Ruhi Banerjee to unmute herself. And if I can request all the audiences to give a warm welcome to her by a huge round of applause. Over to you, Ruhi Banerjee, for kicking off this session.
Thank you so much, Bhavesh. Thank you so much for those lovely words. And from the core of my heart, welcome you all. I would like to thank Ashish, the Sparkz group, Bhavesh, and everybody, the entire team, for this amazing opportunity and this privilege. I'm truly honored and humbled. It feels great connecting with people and letting them know how important we matter to this world, how important we can be when we contribute to our nation and to mankind equally. So that's me doing my little deeds here and there, and urge upon you today strongly to put in your contribution here and there and make it large.
The energy is palpable. A huge round of applause for Miss Ruhi Banerjee. Thank you so much for your infectious and warm energy. Meanwhile, I'll just take a few seconds to invite new guests. I think Sonali Nadar is the new one who has joined us. Sonali, thank you so much. A very good evening. Warm welcome to our masterclass. If the audiences can just come on camera for a better engagement with our speaker, it would be highly appreciative. So, ladies and gentlemen, We have a topic with us today, which, in my personal opinion, is of utmost importance in the world of artificial intelligence. We have someone who's a career counselor, and the topic goes unleashing education with career coaching and mentoring. And it ties into Viksit Bharat 2047 as the vision set by our Indian government as well. Rohit, to open the floor as well and to start this session, I think I'm just going to ask you some questions and just feel free to answer the way you would like to. I think the first question at top of my mind would be that how will you define the role of a career counselor in today's fast changing world? And of course, when we say fast changing world, we have artificial intelligence's place, and people can just go and take their career counseling with those tools. So, how will you describe your role and how it becomes extra special in the context of Viksit Bharat 2047?
Thank you, Bhavesh. That's a very generic question and very important too. Very, very critical to know what role does a counselor or a career coach and a mentor play. But before that, to all my audience, everybody here online, few questions that or few very glaring facts that I would like to bring to the fore, and I take on the question of Bhavesh. 70% of Indian employees today are unhappy at work, and 54% of them are planning to quit. This is not my report, it is being reported by businessstandard.com. 70% of Indian students today do not know what to study after class 10th or 12th, as per ndtv.com. 93% of Indian students are aware of just 7 or 8 career options who are in the age group of 14 to 21 years of age, as per India Today, not me. You can all go and surf. Only 45% of Indian graduate job seekers today meet the industry needs, as per Economic Times. Isn't that thought-provoking? And what are the factors? What are the factors that is contributing to these glaring facts? First, limited career awareness. We are focusing too much on the conventional and the traditional fields only. Lack of career guidance, mismatch between industry readiness and education, parental, societal pressure that keeps coming. And who are the ones? Who are the ones who are paying for all this? The consequences that we are facing because of all this: poor career choices, lot of underemployment and unemployment, economic impact on India's potential economic growth, and we have people who are directionless today, and this is the result. So how do we address these issues? It's not what I want to say. We have to have improved career counseling, coaching, and mentoring. There's no doubt about it. Promoting awareness. People need to be knowing the diverse options that are lying in front of them. Just there are 12,500 career options today available, and we just know 10, 12 of them. Bridging the skill gap, aligning education with industry readiness, and encouraging people, encouraging potential aspirational youth of my country, empowering them to make choices based on interest, personality, their future goals, them knowing about themselves more than anything else. This is what I want you all to know, relate to, before I answer the questions put up by Bhavesh. So over to Bhavesh's question, and the question was very, what is the role of a career counselor in today's time? That's what you said, Bhavesh, right? And involving Viksit Bharat 2047. Career counselor today or a career coach today is not an advisor. It's not a teacher. I'm not somebody who will come and judge. You've done this, you've done that. तुम्हारा पीछे का ये था, आगे का ये था. No. तुम्हारे marks इतने हैं, marksheet इतने हैं. No. I am not an advisor. No career counselor or a coach or a mentor is an advisor today. We are more of a strategic enabler. With the changing job scenario, landscape, the kind of environmental situation, professionals are navigating day in and day out with uncertainties. We need to help them with that. We need to make them understand the emerging careers and develop lifelong skills which are sustainable, not for one job, but sustainable for lifelong. With Viksit Bharat 2047, aiming transforming India to a superpower, a developed nation, counselors are crucial for bridging that educational gap and the educational aspirations. We are thinking, dreaming, desiring so much with the realities of the market, the industry, ensuring every individual is empowered to contribute meaningfully to the nation's growth, who are not simply job seekers, but also can be job creators tomorrow, can be thought leaders, leaders with values, vision, and impact makers, change makers who can take on the responsibility and accountability with integrity for our nation, for Bharat, for India. So, career coaches and counselors, their role is dynamic. They need to understand the industry standards, the trends, integrate them with the aspiration, desire, dreams, the financial condition, passion, personality, aptitude, every reasoning skill, the global benchmarks, and then enabling a student to dream with a direction and conviction. That's the role of a career coach.
Thank you so much for answering that question with flair and with so much wisdom, Ruhi. And I think when you were saying that we are only aware about 6 to 7 career options. At the time when I was growing up, I just knew that I had to be a doctor or an engineer, and I just had two options with me, and I had no one like yourself to guide me. So I think your role, as you rightly mentioned, as a strategic enabler, is of utmost importance in today's day and age. I'll also take this just opportunity to set this expectation with the audiences. If you have any ad hoc question, if you would like to ask to our speaker, feel free to use the Zoom chat feature as well. And if you feel like that, if you would like to ask your question by yourself, you can just use the raising hand feature in Zoom, and I'll just put you on the spotlight so that you can also ask the question. But meanwhile, continue the usage of Zoom chat. And I would also urge if people can just turn on their cameras for better engagement. Thank you so much, Sarika, for joining us, Dakshita as well. Rohi, moving on to the next question as well here. I think I was reading a couple of years ago that we have a new education policy in place, and it came in the year 2020, if I'm not mistaken, right? And it focuses on flexibility, skill building, and multidisciplinary learning, all these heavy verbiage. But how do you think that career mentoring can align students with this new educational paradigm? And how much are you aware on a personal level that what are the different courses available, and how is a career counseling as a strategic enabler you align students with this educational paradigm shift?
This is a beautiful question, Bhavesh, and I address this many a times. Everywhere that I speak to my the students of 10, I mean class grade 8 to 12, I have this answer whether anybody is asking me or not. I ensure that I have a discussion and at length awareness, few lines to make people aware how beautiful NEP is. New Education Policy 2020 is a champion, is a champion. It champions flexibility. It champions multidisciplinary ways of being educated and complete holistic education growth. So, and it is not about bringing NEP into act. It is making sure that we execute it at the grassroots level as well. Now, coming to your question, that was about NEP. Coming to your question, how is career coaching or mentoring going to align or help or be useful when we have already have NEP? Career mentoring bridges the big question, what to study, with that question which I and you probably had. I had it 25 years back when I was in high school and junior college. Why to study? We all know what to study. Curriculum is so evident, it is always there. वेबसाइट पे है, डाउनलोड कर लो, यहाँ है, .in पे है. So we know what to study. But where is that answer? Why am I studying? I wish somebody there back there when I was in 12th told me where exactly will I be applying my calculus, integration, differentiation, trigo derivatives. I would have not left maths after 12th and would have carried it till now and used it somewhere or the other. In my MBA, when I was doing my financial management, which would have been so handy and useful, and I wasn't a little lost then. I wish I had a career coach. I wish I had a mentor then. So NEP, as I told you, it's absolutely focusing on holistic education. Career mentoring aligns with this by guiding students to identify themselves, their interest, explore their various fields, whatever is laid there, what we have, build versatile skills, like skills which we haven't thought of, not just academic rote knowledge of books or being only into the pages of books or being bounded by marks. So mentors or career coaches, we offer individualized support. We are encouraging exploration beyond conventional methods or streams. We are making students know, understand why adaptability is so important. It is a must for thriving in this dynamic world of NEP, because that is what NEP envisions. One has to be sustainable, adaptable, to be taking on something and keep learning lifelong. It does not end once I'm a graduate, a postgrad, or a working professional of 10 years or so. We keep evolving every day. NEP 2020 empowers students with choices, simple line mein, in one line mein, and mentoring empowers those choices with clarity. Simple. It helps students understand how combining physics with design or combining commerce with psychology is not confusion. It is a beautiful confluence. So mentoring ensures students just don't explore subjects, they explore themselves, their interests, their values, their aptitudes, how they align those academic decisions with real world relevance. That's what we are doing. With NEP, we career coaches are empowered, and how we are passing it on or probably transferring it on to the students, empowering them with clarity, how to choose those subjects, how to have those combinations without feeling lost or feeling it that this is so confusing. This is what? Ye hai kya? Question mark. So we are here to align you, help you. What exactly should your choices be and how to make optimum use of it?
I think the audiences will agree with me when I say that. What a beautiful thought when you said that, why are we studying? There was no why, and we were just instructed to study.
That was a
Why
very
are
bad part. That was a very bad part. I mean, even physics, or probably cos theta, tan theta, sec theta. I mean, I wish somebody told me this is absolutely there in your house, the corners of your room is all that. It's all trigo. I wish somebody told me then. I wish somebody told me physics का एक derivation हम पढ़ते थे ना, we would all study about force, pressure. I wish somebody told me कि कल को these bridges, the metros, everything is built on these visions of physics. I wish somebody told us then.
I second with you, and I think it was indeed a beautiful thought. And I think it just is also helping me on a personal level to ask this question myself, that why am I also working now? Of course, finances is a big part, 100%, but what is the bigger purpose here? So thank you so much for that insight. We have someone new joining with us. Welcome to the session, Purnima Ghosla. Very good evening. So wonderful to have you with us. I would just like to again set this expectation. If you have any questions, just feel free to use the Zoom chat feature. Rohit, I think we have covered broadly your role. And we have also covered how do you function in today's day and age as well. Just to dissect it a bit further, I think when I was growing up, I didn't know when to start having these career conversations with my friends, parents, or my mentor or my career coach. So the question here becomes is that how early or late it is for students to actually start having these conversations with people around them, and are there any tools or maybe frameworks which they can use to understand their strengths and their interests and which career trajectory will be of in total alignment with what they actually are? So how can they use any tool or framework, and how early or late should they even start having these conversations with people around them?
Well, that's very relevant. The kind of audience that we have today, how many are parents, and how many have children, or sisters or brothers or friends who fall in the age group of 8 to 13 to 15 to 21. How many of us? I mean, I would like to know from y'all. Probably have a, if I can just see your hands up in the video, it would give me even more zeal and motivation to answer this.
I think three people have raised their hand. Four.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So yeah, nothing to tax you with. I just want this entire session to be very interactive. It should not be ruhi telling. I want y'all to also be sharing your insights, and of course Bhavesh will give you a time, and he'll be taking questions. So even with children of your neighbors, we all have a duty today. I alone, the Sparkz group, Ashish or Bhavesh alone, or the educators alone, parents alone, the students alone, the workforce alone cannot make a difference. We all have a duty, a responsibility towards this, and we can only fulfill that unless we are aware of it. We won't be able to. So today's session is like complete awareness. We need to know career conversations, as we call it, as Bhavesh said, should begin as early as middle school. Children in the age group of 11 to 14 years, 13 years, 6 to 8 grades, when students, that is the time when children or students, they start framing their self identity, and they start dreaming of aspirations. You know, मुझे ये बनना है, तुझे क्या करना है, मुझे पायलट बनना है, मुझे ये करना है, मुझे वो. So here at this age, we need to have conversation, not to finalize careers. I repeat, here we are not having a conversation to finalize careers, but to build self awareness. The idea here is not to push students into professions that early, but to help them know their inner wiring, unka makeup, unka passion, unka interest level. At this age, what personality traits do they display? Uh, the set of ability, the reasoning skills, a little critical thinking, problem solving, these ability set. So these are the inner wiring that we need to address, start talking about when children are as young as 11, 12, 13, 14 years of age. So that's the right age. But those who have missed that age, that does not mean कि गाड़ी निकल गई and everything is out. No, there's always a way out. We career coaches and mentors are sitting here to give you your right path. It's just that if you have boarded the wrong train, please deboard it immediately. The longer you stay there, the more the penalty that you'll be paying for. So it's immediately unboard or deboard that particular train, come down, realign yourself, get in touch with a career coach or a career mentor, and take on your new direction with confidence, vigor, zeal, motivation, conviction, and a roadmap in hand. कितना डिफिकल्ट है? It's not at all. It's very simple. Just get a roadmap. हम GPS करते हैं. We have this maps. फटाफट फोन खोला Android and we are applying the GPS to reach a destination A to destination B without a roadblock, without traffic, and we know exactly what time we'll reach there without a detour. So why can't we have a career roadmap for ourselves? What is the difficulty? क्या क्या इतनी क्या इतना क्या rocket science है? So this is what. So useful tools that we generally use is, without wasting much time, because when I go on, it will be so much. Let me cut it short. Psychometric assessments are there, that you know, where we map interest and map aptitude in tests and all. Then there are strength-based frameworks, which I will not name here on this platform. Many are there. Free strength mapping frameworks are there available. You need to know the reliability of everything before endorsing or before surrendering yourself and getting a roadmap charted. Interest inventories, personality profiling, these are all there. And one-on-one guidance frameworks, which is very important. SWOT analysis, you've heard of it. We need to expose our children into SWOT right early in their life. Portfolio based learning, this is where record, I mean, children or students, they maintain, compile a collection of their work over a period of time to show their progress, to show their achievements. Then we have career immersion programs, where we have real life networking, real life workshops, or getting in touch with experts from the industry, talking to them, learning about them, knowing about their life, their morning to night, how it is, how did they reach there. Then it is job shadowing, a type of on the job training which we generally have in corporates today when we are onboarding people, performing the role of an employee and knowing it. So early conversations matched with right tools empower students to make self-driven choices, decisions, and a strategy. Early exposure leads to early empowerment. That's the crux of the story. The earlier it is, not before 7, 8, but you need to be at least 11 to 13 years of age when we should start धीरे धीरे addressing or having a talk about what is career, आप कैसे हो, आप career के बारे में तो बोलना ही नहीं. Don't talk about profession or career. Start talking about the child. Address the child, address the student, address that youth of my nation who aspires to be something. Craft his journey, help him craft his journey to create that success story or the spark. That is what we should start doing. Everybody, we need help from everyone. I alone, the counselors alone, the coaches alone cannot make a difference unless we have hand holding from each one of you.
Thank you so much for answering that question with aplomb, Ruhi. I think I was actually just monitoring our Zoom chats as well. And I think Sarika mentioned that she is a parent to two beautiful twin daughters who are in class 10th. And I think Ashish has a nephew who is in class 9th. And I think he had this question that his nephew is asking that after 10th what I should be doing in my career or what subjects to take. I think it becomes a fundamental question to choose from science or commerce and arts. And as you were actually answering the earlier question, Ashish's question also got answers. So I think thank you so much, Sarika. I believe that with the answers which Ruhi provided, you will be also able to enlighten your two daughters. Moving on, Ruhi, I think the next question is of fundamental importance if we look at our nation wide. So, as a career counselor, as a mentor, of course, you are working from an urban setting, right? But if we would like to accomplish our goal of Viksit Bharat 2047, it's not going to accomplish until and unless we are also penetrated deep into our rural sectors as well. Right. So,
Correct.
how do you approach this situation as a career counselor? How do you bridge the gap between urban setting and rural setting? Are you taking any steps to maybe bridge this divide? Or how can we actually enlighten not just our tier 1 students, but also tier 2 towns, tier 3 towns, and can accomplish the goal of actually Viksit Bharat 2047?
Uh, this is my passion. This is the reason, my ikigai. You see Ruhi Banerjee today after spending more than 2 decades into the education sector. into management, into strategic decision making, being an academic strategist, running in day, in out, integrated programs for competitive exams, conceptualizing it, executing it, running it for big education houses. I won't name them. So being there, obviously there came something in my life that made me take a decision of being a career coach and a mentor. So with my story, this is a passion now. I am no more into my profession or ambition. It's a passion. It's a kindled fire in me to ensure what we did not get, to provide to everybody who's going to be a tomorrow of my Bharat. So this is my purpose that I'm living day in and day out. And that's the reason I'm here today with this group, trying to get in touch with you, or probably edging on my ideas and insights, and letting you know what exactly this entire thing is. Ye hai kya? So yeah, answering Bhavesh's question, and that's a beautiful question. बहुत कुछ कहने को है, हम लोग ने कही बहुत कुछ कह दिया. We are talking about ये करना है, गवर्नमेंट स्कीम चाहिए, फाइनेंस चाहिए, फंड चाहिए. But let me tell you, it's time to do. We need a grassroots movement. Career coaching must move from being a luxury to a livelihood necessity today. It is no more a luxury. It is no more kill option. It is a mandate. Please, I reiterate it. I would like to repeat this twice, thrice. It is a mandate. Please do not let your children evade career coaching and mentoring. Why? Because integrating it, how would we do it? Into the tier 2, tier 3. India is a vast country. India has got the sheen urban cities, and then we have the tier 2, tier 3 rural areas. How do we penetrate? How do we go there? Are they getting access to it? There's a huge question in the minds of us. So how do we do it? In my opinion, we need to integrate it into school curriculum as a part of life skills, not as a curriculum, not for marks, but as a part of life skills. We need to give incentive to all local professionals and retired educators to become certified mentors. We need to train local teachers, local partners and members, and make them career facilitators, render them that certificate, empower them. Using WhatsApp, chatbots, community radio, and AI-powered regional language chatbots. Because unless I give examples and regional language examples which are relatable, I won't be able to connect with the aspirational youth of that area. Public and private partnerships that create district center into mentoring rural youth into career hubs, or career mentoring hubs. So these are little measures where I look into. Equity in guidance is equity in growth. If I have to give a single line to my entire explanation, today, if I am there, I'm being a partner in the guidance. Of course, I'm going to be reaping the seeds, or the harvest of a beautiful and a completely superpower India tomorrow. So how do we do that? How do we have to leverage technology. Technology has to be there. We have to have government schemes which we have to partner with. But more than infrastructure, more than fund, more than schemes, it is not the infrastructure. It is the intent and the inclusion that matters more than funding, infrastructure, schemes, etc., etc. How? Firstly, technology is there. We all know we have online platforms, we have mobile based counseling. Today we have counseling, virtual counseling apps. We have career guidance everywhere where you can access to it. But rural areas, as I told you, we have to reach to them in their regional language. Then we'll have to take help of government schemes. We have to expand initiatives. There are initiatives like Digital India. There are initiatives like Skills India. We have e-learning portals. We have vernacular contents everywhere. So we have to make portals so that it penetrates to rural Indias, to tier 2, 3 cities, to tier 3 government schools. With mobile first counseling platforms and government led digital outreach like PM e-Vidya, Digital India, we can reach students to rural areas. ऐसा कोई difficulty नहीं है. But as I always say, access is not about infrastructure. It is about inclusion. It is about our intention. Local teachers have to be trained as career ambassadors. We'll have to empower people. We'll have to have hands to make sure that it is reaching our partners, our stakeholders. Partners with local leaders and educators, we have to partner with them. If we have to build trust and relevance in that area, we have to partner with them. We have to have government helping us, NGOs. We have to have private players who are collaborating to create career mission under Viksit Bharat. And all that, this is what will focus on aspiration building and not just tapping on attitude or aptitude checking. Like we generally check, iski aptitude ye hai, marks ye hai, so this child should go to this line. No, more than that, we need to build aspiration. Remote area, tier 2, tier 3, we need to drill in them. We have to evoke in them that aspiration. Only then we can seek or probably check their aptitude and then give them a direction or a roadmap to proceed on a journey where they can achieve success and, sustainable success.
I'm actually speechless and short of words. I think one of the key insights with this answer is gonna be grassroots level empowerment. I think one thing which you mentioned, that there are people on the grassroots level who are actually willing to work for
Yes.
the rural sectors as well, but they are not empowered enough. They do not have the resources. They do not also have a proper structure to follow, and they would need some help with the government schemes as well. So I think beautifully answered there. I just have a couple of more questions, and then I will be just opening the floor for the audiences to also ask their question. Ashish has a question in the chat box, which is gonna just be as similar to my next question as well. And it is something which I am personally seeking an answer on, Ruhi, as well. So the question goes that, and you can just demarcate the answers into two categories. A could be for the school going children, and second would be for the working professionals as well. What are the future ready skills which we should be having? And for children, for the working professionals as well, as we are progressing in this mission of Viksit Bharat 2047, and with the wealth of information available at our hands, what are those 3 to 5 skills as a student and as a working professional I should be working on, so that I am also contributing in the vision of Exit Bharat 2047 and I'm not lagging behind with the smart minded individuals like yourself?
So beautiful, so beautiful that it pleases me to know a professional, a working professional is evoked, is left so charged and activated that he or she wants to contribute for this nation. So there will come a time, Bhavesh, when you've already acquired your professional aspirations. You will have a time and a will when you want to give it back to your nation. So I'm sure that period will come, and I'll tell you how, where we'll have a one-to-one session. But before that, yes, in two parts, I would love to answer this question for the schoolgoers and for working professionals, the college graduates, everybody. Let me just go generic, and then I'll come down how for schoolgoers we can just go completely focus on them. Uh, yes, today India's youth, as I told you, I'm working wholeheartedly, completely for a glorious India. If we have to have India 2047, Viksit Bharat, we need to work from today, 2025. There's no other option to it. कोई दूसरा राय है ही नहीं. There's no other way to it. So yeah, India's youth, मेरे हिसाब से, and as per the global standards, with all my research and expertise, we should embrace digital fluency. green consciousness. Third is an entrepreneurial skills that I always say, and human centric attributes. That's what I see India's Gen Z or the next generation probably must hold close to them and be a pro at it. How? Data literacy, you all know, need to have AI familiarity and knowledge about it. Know about cyber security awareness. You need to know, have a complete power on all these. That is your first thing that you must have. Second, as per global standards and global requirement today, you need to be green conscious. What is that? Sustainable thinking, sustainable practices that is going to make us be there, not fizz out in the next 10, 20, 15 years. Environmental engineering, clean energy movement, climate leadership into climatic engineering, circular economy concepts. Why this? What is circular economy concept? We had this earlier. It is a model where the production and the consumption, it is done in such a way that there is minimization of waste and maximization of the lifespan of resources. Earlier we were like, take it, make it, dispose it. That would be our mantra. Today it is like, take it, make it, reuse, recharge, repair, refurbish, recycle, ensure that it is also going on to the next generation as well. You're not finishing it off. So that is what circular economy concepts. Then you need to have entrepreneurial skills. As यहाँ पे बहुत politically incorrect होगा when I utter these sentences, but I won't say. India has to be self-powered. We need to have entrepreneurs, we need to have people, we need to have startup leaders, we need to have impact creators, we need to have change makers. चीप लेबर लेके जो आज हम इकोनॉमी को चला रहे हैं, इट्स नॉट गोइंग टू टेक अस फार. वी नीड टू बी सेल्फ रिलायंट, self producers. That's what. So problem solving, critical thinking, financial awareness, leadership skills, lifelong growth, risk taking attributes, or risk taking enabling resilience in our youth. We generally think of success, we generally think of sab kar jayenge. What if nahi hua? What if we can't? So what? We quit, we sit down, we sit for government to make another scheme, give us some grant, and then we work on it? No, we should obviously be well equipped with resilience. If not this, there's another. If not this, there's another. Plan B, plan C, plan D. And we keep on doing that with purpose, with ikigai, with passion. That's how Japan works. And then we don't have to plan for a retirement plan or a retirement post-retirement passionate venture as we Indians do and Japanese don't, because their work, their profession itself is going to take them to their passion-led ventures, which don't need retirement, don't need vacation. That itself is their vacation. We need human-centric skills, which AI can never take over. Empathy, communication skills, emotional intelligence, adaptability, ethical judgment, cross cultural communication, and above everything, adaptability, the mindset of embracing change and evolving. This is even more than your technical know-how that is going to take you and make you and sustain you here. So by 2047, a truly future-ready Indian youth is one who will use technology with conscience, who will innovate with empathy, very important, and who will lead with not vision, but integrity. That's what I feel we all must equip our next generation with.
I think you have already answered my next question, but still I'm gonna just ask it because it would be a winding note for our audiences as well. And I know that we have just 15 minutes left. So after this, I'll be just opening the floor for you guys to ask the question to our speaker by yourself. But lastly, Ruhi, I think if you had to leave our audience with one key mindset shift for building a Viksit Bharat through education and mentoring, what would it be?
Uh, Viksit Bharat 2047. We hear we don't need job seekers. My first statement, or let me put it like that. I don't think I'll just let me concise it or crunch it into two lines. Let's move from marks to meaning, from degrees to direction, from knowledge to wisdom. How does that sound? It's very easy. Let's have a mindset to see every student who is in a work of progress, not just a student as a student. Let's have them as a work in progress with immense potential. We need to encourage them to have risk taking, a mindset of taking risk. We need to evoke in them curiosity. We need to empower them with resilience. We need to focus from degrees to direction, where our focus shifts from marks to and degrees to complete holistic development and purpose. We'll build a generation ready to shape and represent and take on and probably be there as a future leader or representing India, that kind. And then we need to move from knowledge to wisdom, where we are not creating professionals to just professionals. We are creating them purposeful pioneers for Bharat, my Bharat, your Bharat. Viksit Bharat 2047 needs individuals who are just not literate, but they are life ready. When education is paired with mentoring, career coaching, we don't just build careers, we build character, we build confidence, we build contribution. And this is what will make Bharat a Viksit Bharat, not 2047, but in the next few years, if we all have our contribution for it.
I think I'll speak on all of our behalves that I think, as far as I am concerned, I'm filled with passion and I'm filled with inspiration and motivation. And it's not just have to do with the energy you are exuding, Ruhi. It's, I think, the passion you have. And whenever you say my Bharat, it feels personal. It feels that we are working for someone who is a very dear to us. So I think kudos to you for that mindset shift. And I'm sure that our audiences will also go back to their respective families, their work lives, thinking that they are not just working for the finances, for their families, for their colleagues, for the validation from their managers, but they are also working for my Bharat, our Bharat. So thank you so much for that mindset shift. I will now open the floor for the people to ask any or every question. No question is stupid question. No question is a silly question. You are all more than welcome to ask your questions. If you are a parent who is maybe struggling to guide their children, if you are yourself a college going student, if you are a working professional, Ruhi has answers to each and every one. The floor is open. Please go ahead, make it as engaging as possible. And if you are shying away from asking the question, feel free to use the Zoom chat feature as well. I think Sonali has asked a question. How can working professional be the part of Viksit Bharat? I know that you spoke about it, Ruhi, but please go ahead. How can working professional be a part of Viksit Bharat?
Yeah, thank you so much, Sonali. Hi, so nice meeting you, and I'm so glad you have this question. It's so empowering to hear from you. And yes, working professionals, see, we have our limitations, right? We are already into a job. We didn't have the luxury or the privilege of having a career coach or a counselor back then. So we picked up whatever we could, the best. So you are in a working culture, you're already there into the job. Acquire that financial independence. Take on your work for the next 10, 15 years. Have that fun, have that satisfaction of being where you are, run the mad race, do whatever it takes, be there, and then take a call. That's the time. 40, 45 plus, that's the time to give back what you've taken from your nation, what we have, everything, our nation, our Bharat, our parents, our ancestors, they have harnessed us. That's what we are today. It's a glimpse of my parents, my teachers, my elders, what I'm today, and my country to whatever I've got. See, we overlook what we got. We just sit down and complain. Ye nahi tha, wo nahi tha, wo nahi tha. How about looking at the glass being half filled? Why are we always focusing on the glass which is half empty? I keep telling people, let's do our little efforts of one drop each of us to fill in that half glass, to make it full, and how beautiful it would look tomorrow. So that's the contribution. That's what is needed from each one of us, be it working professional, be it retired people, be it the army ones, be it the bankers, be it entrepreneurs, the millionaires. Come back, do it up at grassroots level for this nation. We owe it to our Jai Hind.
Jai Hind indeed. And I think your answers reminds me of this story of Swades. Come back after achieving everything, work for the beauty of his nation. Yes, Ashish, you have something to contribute.
Yeah, I mean, I have a question with regard to this whole concept of mentoring and coaching. It's a it's a very interesting one in Toastmasters as well. Or each one of us are given a mentor and coach, right? Or we call it accountability partner and mentor. But my experience
True,
has
true.
been we are able to leverage it in a very limited way. So what input can you give? Even at our workplace, we sometimes have our mentors, or we can create our mentors, or we can reach out to our mentors, but people generally hesitate, or I think if you take a survey, you'll realize that few of them have it and even fewer are utilizing it well. What some of the trick what could be some of the tricks and tricks in order to enhance the usage of mentoring and coaching at workplace and perhaps also in Toastmasters?
Thank you so much, Ashish. And that's such a relevant question. That's such a relevant question. In fact, we have our hands tied when it comes to our workplace. We've got very limited power or capability of asking for something that we really need. And we majorly depend on our management, probably raising our voices once or twice and passing our requirements through HR departments or networking and asking them if that can be provided to us. Today, it's an ardent need to be having a mentor or a coach in your life, whether your workplace is providing or not. Personally, have one, seek one. It's not very costly. It's not very expensive. It's not something out of the box that we have abracadabra, jadoo ki chadi. No, we don't. I don't have. We are not magicians that there will be a result within overnight. We are here to simply what is the difference between a coach and a mentor? Let me come to this first. What is a career coach and what is a mentor? Mentoring is a broader aspect. Mentoring is quite on a relationship based. Mentoring is giving you my life lessons, insights on my expertise, whatever is the market trends, what I have experienced doing this, how it is to be gone. That is what it is, relationship based. And it cannot be sustained in one session or two sessions. It goes on for years together. And that's not a psychologist, that's a mentor. Please know that. Career coach will guide you with actionable goals. Mentor will give you inspirational, motivational goals. Career coach will give you an action path, a goal, something that, okay, you are not going right, there's something amiss. And your job or your company will never provide you one. Rather, you will have to seek at a personal level. And that's the stark reality today. When we as a company, I won't name my company, when we approach a corporate and we say that your people do need a coach, a career coach, because to know what is the attrition rate, what is the mindset of people, how much they are productive today, what is the motivation rate, what is the purpose that they're coming to the company and giving back to the organization. All these, generally, they are neglected and overlooked. They don't take it into consideration. What they take into consideration, even if you're meeting the employees, ensure that they stay, give us, please percolate whatever they are telling to us so that we can work on our inside story and make sure that the employees stay and we retain them at this same pay bracket or whatever the organizational goals are there. So Ashish, will tell you at this level, your workplace can give you mentors, but at personal level, you must have a career coach helping you out, charting out something. It's never too late. Last couple of days back, I met a gentleman from Singapore, somebody from UK, and he studied from Singapore, a management degree holder, 40 years work ex, and wants to quit everything with a salary package of I don't know how much in bank, and he wants to quit everything, wants to shut down and go into something that he's not been able to do all these years. Why did that happen? Here we need to ask the question, why that burnout? Why that quit thing here? Because he's been forcing himself into a direction which was not meant for him. It was it was a duty. Get up in the morning, work like a machine, come back, and then after those 12 hours, 13 hours, half an hour pursue your passion and then put off to sleep. That's what we all do. We all do. Even I would do. 9 to 5 job, I would look at my watch to come back home and take on my passion. So here, Ashish, if I've tried to explain properly, what you should be looking at to be giving in your workplace is a mentor, a broad level mentor. And what you should have personally, all of you, without any professional strings attached, is a career coach. Go seek a session and you see what lovely paths and ways, innovative, creative, plan B, plan C, plan D comes out. And then you probably can relate where your success story clicks. And then it is like, it becomes, there are so many factors. They all have to congruently align to have a success spark. And that is what we are all looking for.
I hope your question was answered, Ashish, and likewise for Sonali as well. We have just 3 minutes with us. If you have a question to ask Ruhi, please go ahead. And if you're actually shying away, do reach out to her on her social media platforms, which we will be sharing after this session as well. And if you are actually wanting to have a career coach and mentor, and if you are like myself and you don't know which agency to approach, whom to approach, how to go about, we have Mrs. Ruhi Banerjee amongst us. Any question, or if not, we are happy to give 2 minutes back. Yes, Netaji, you have a question?
Yeah, first of all, I don't have actually questions. Actually, it's a wow session for me. Actually, I want to bring discussion with 3 points during the discussion. Actually, in the beginning of session, you started with some numbers, especially on 70% employees and 54% some numbers. No, I think whenever I discuss with some friends and LinkedIn and social media also, the number is matching only. And during the discussion, you mentioned some of the core skills, especially for the leadership skills and the human attributes. If someone has developed those skills, no, the definitely the number will be going to reduce only in future. Yes.
And it's not an overnight task.
Yes. Ongoing process.
Yeah, it's not a process that's like I'll do abracadabra or probably a magic wand and things will change and everything will look very glittery. It's not going to happen. Sorry. If anybody is thinking so, I'm sorry to say, let me tell you brutally, frankly, it's not going to happen. If you want your 12th class child to get back to 8th class mindset and then start again, sorry, parents, you all woke up late. Please give expecting now. We generally wake up in the class 12th, class 10th. बच्चा पढ़ नहीं रहा, इसकी motivation चली गई, इसका graph is going down. Oh, sorry, it won't happen tomorrow. It does not happen like that. You're not dealing with a commodity. You're dealing with a human being. So give us another 4 years. Surely it will change, but it'll take time. So have patience.
Yes,
you woke up late?
Yes. Yes. Sorry to interrupt you.
Please,
and
please.
the second one is, Actually, my kid is just started going to school for LKG, and is the last month when he started schooling. And I am comparing myself, especially for this career counselor and education counselor. So those days, the career is be defined by our parents. So you have to choose this course only. And also sometimes for ours also, my friend is joined this course. I have to join this course. This kind of discussion only happening in the during selection of course only. So now I am getting the full idea of how the career counselor and as well as education counselor role in the education system. And the
Correct.
third one is both Bhavesh and you mentioned elaborately on the Vikshit Bharat. Especially my kid is now right now is 4 years. So Vikshit Bharat is around to 2047, I think, right? So I have to build my kid to the my kid has to support the Vikshit Bharat vision and as well as to the growth of an entire nation. So
A
right now,
parent like you, a
yes,
parent like you is going to make a difference to this country. We
yes,
need parents like you. We need more parents like you. The purpose of me coming here addressing parents, all my partner stakeholders, is unless we as parents hold on together and create an ecosystem. Listen, it's a very good saying. It takes a village to raise a child. It takes an ecosystem, and that ecosystem has to be educators, parents, students, institutions, government, career counselor, coaches, everybody, policymakers, and only then we have a career ready citizen. I'm so happy to have a parent like you who's crafting the career or grooming the. Please do not impose anything as a parent to
yes,
our children.
yes,
Let them be. Only task of yours is to make them aware of themselves. Once
correct.
they know what are their traits, once they know what strengths, please do not dwell on development areas. We spend so much time saying maths may you've got 5 marks and English your child is scoring 100 on 100. Why can't you focus on that? Forget maths. Leave the development areas. Probably your child is meant for English and those areas, and we have 13,000 career options, which is going to give him that spark which you haven't acquired. So why do you want your child going there? Why do you? I mean, we as parents, we become lame when it comes to our children. We need to be very, very. Our mindset needs a focus and a change. And parents like you would, I'm sure, make a huge difference. And I'm so glad we have such people.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, thank you.
With that beautiful note, thank you so much, Netaji, for your insights and for that sparkling energy, Ruhi, which you are actually bringing throughout. And I don't know how you have maintained your
Yes, of
energy
course, of
through
course.
these 60 minutes, but I was actually running for my water. But
That's what I mentioned in
kudos
the
to you.
initial my opening the no, no. It's a wow moment for me. The wow session actually, it's a wow session.
Thank you
I
so
second with you. With that, we are at the end of this session. We would like to thank you, Ruhi Banerjee, from the core of our hearts for bringing your infectious, warm, wisdomatic energy into this webinar, into this masterclass. We have all learned a lot, and I'm sure that many of us will be reaching out to you in future as we will be having kids with our cousins, etc., etc. So thank you so much for all the wealth of information. And now I'll just request all the people to turn on their cameras so that we can click a Zoom fee, not a selfie, but a Zoom fee. And
please
I'd
do,
request
Bhavesh, and share it with me.
we will, Ruhi, for sure. The entire session was yours. So I'll request Ashish to get a screenshot clicked. Sharat Pratish, 1 plus CPH 2573. Sonali, if you all can just. Rohamita, so good to see you. After 60 minutes, I'm seeing you. Pratish is there. Hello, brother. Sharat is also there. We can have a great Zoom fee. Ashish, do the honors.
Done. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ashish. I
Thank-
would like to thank this group. I would take 1 minute before leaving. Thank Ashish for getting in touch with me. I wouldn't have never been here today if he hadn't taken this initiative. People like him are contributing. When I'm talking about contribution, this is what. This is the give back that he, in his own way, is giving back to this country. So that's the line that I would leave. Bhavesh, doing a complete week of work into a corporate, into his workplace, still sitting in office on a Friday night, taking on the session. These are the people who are going to bring India to that superpowered Jai Hind, as we all call it off.